All right. A graph has a slope of 4, y-intercept of 6. Write the equation for the following linear function. Then create a scenario about the number of tickets sold for your dance. So we'll start with writing an equation. So we have a slope of 4, so that's our m. A y-intercept of 6, that would be b. So using slope-intercept form, we have y equals 4x plus 6. Okay. Next it says write a scenario about the number of tickets sold for a dance. So when we're writing a scenario, the key pieces of information we want to use are actually the slope and y-intercept. So when you're writing a scenario, when you're using with things like the y-intercept, you want to use terms or phrases like already have or started with, because that's your starting point. That's where your function is beginning. With the slope, you want to use words like per or every, because the slope is the thing that's constantly changing. It keeps building, like you're going up 4 over 1, up 4 over 1, up 4 over 1, and so on. So when we're describing this scenario, it just has to be about the number of tickets sold for a dance. So nothing too special. So let's start with that y-intercept. So if our y-intercept is 6, we could say something like excuse me, I have already sold 6 tickets and will sell 4 per day. So it doesn't give us much more information other than we have to use that slope, we have to use that y-intercept. So I chose per day. You could say per minute, per month, per year, whatever you want. Okay. Why don't you read through the second, try that one on your own, the same principles apply, and then I'll come back. So pause the video. Okay, here we are. So function, so slope is 7, so we have y equals 7x. Y-intercept is 18, so we have plus 18. This one is about songs downloaded on your iPod, so you could say I have already downloaded 18 songs on my iPod. And plan to download 7 more every month. So again, starting point at 18, slope of 7, 18, 7. Okay. Let's look at some more functions. So here, it says, given the graph below, write the equation of a linear function, then write a real-world scenario about that graph that deals with saving money. So up above, we're just told what the slope and y-intercept is, so we could write our linear function. Here we have to figure out what the slope and y-intercept is. So to write our equation, we still need that m and b. We just have to determine what it is from this graph. So remember your b value, that's your y-intercept. So that's where it crosses the y-axis. So our b value here is going to be 1. Our m is our slope. So to find your slope, you just pick out 2 points and you calculate it as rise over run. So it's moving up and to the right, so we know our slope is positive, and we're going up 1, 2 over 1. So our slope is 2 over 1, or just 2. So when we write our equation in slope-intercept form, it's y equals mx plus b, or y equals 2x plus 1. Now, we need to write a scenario that deals with saving money. So again, when we're talking about slope, use words like per, or you could use every. When talking about the y-intercept, use words like starts with, already has, already have. So let's start with that y-intercept, which is 1, and it's about saving money. So you could say something like, I already have $1 in my piggy bank and will save $2, since our slope is 2, per week. there we go. It's a scenario, it's about saving money. It incorporates the y-intercept and the slope. We're all set, that's all we need. Let's do one more together. Number 2. So given the graph below, right here, write the equation of the linear function, then write a real-world scenario about that graph that deals with miles of running. Miles of running, okay. So we still need m, we still need b. So b value is that y-intercept. Where does it cross the y-axis? Well, right at 0. Our slope, so I see 2 points here. So our rise, we go up 1, 2, 3. Our run is 1. So our slope is 3 over 1, or just 3. So our equation would be y equals mx plus b. Well, in this case, our b is 0, so we don't need to add 0. It's just y equals 3x. Now we write a scenario about miles of running. So if b is 0 and m is 3, you would say 0 is your starting point. So you could say something like, I haven't ran any miles yet, but will run 3 miles per hour. Okay, 0, so haven't run any, so that's the same as 0. That's our y-intercept. 3 miles per hour gives us our slope. That's all there is to it. Okay. Now number 3. So I will have you try this one on your own. However, I should say, make note of the scale here on the y-axis as you're doing this. So pause the video, try it on your own, and then we'll come back. Okay, number 3. What do we need for the equation? We need m and b. So we start by writing our equation. What's the y-intercept? Well, it crosses the y-axis at 4, so b is going to be 4. Our m, so we have that point at 0, 4. Let's look for where else it crosses one of those corners. So right here we've got a point, and that is 112. So as we're determining this slope, notice it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. But it's not going up by 1s here, it's going up by 2s, so we should count by 2s. So it goes up 2, 4, 6, 8, and over 1. So our slope is a rise of 8, a run of 1, or our slope would be 8. So y equals mx plus b, or 8x plus 4. Now we need to write a scenario that deals with Facebook friends. So 4 is our starting point, 8 is our slope, so we would say something like, I started with 4 Facebook friends and gain 8. I feel like per month is reasonable. We're not told a unit of time, so you could say per year, per minute, per day, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so that is learning target 1.3.1. If you have any questions, please reach out. Hope you all have a great day.